Good morning. It is Friday morning. That's kind of here we are this morning. The feeling of the morning.
The feeling of the morning?
Yeah, here we are. It is Friday morning, currently September 2nd.
I was going to say August 2nd.
No, it is September already. If you are watching us live, then it's September 2nd at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you're watching it later, I don't know what day it is. I don't know what time it is. Though generally speaking, we don't know what day it is.
No.
So, yeah, occupational hazard. If you're new to our channel, my name is Cindy. This is my husband, Matt. We are full-time resellers. All of our income comes from reselling items online, creating items to sell online, all of that. So there's the spiel of who we are. We've been doing this. Well, I've been doing this for over 20 years now. And you're probably what, at 10? So we have both been full-time for a very long time.
Is 10 years a long time?
I think so.
Seems like a long time.
We haven't, got sick of each other yet, so.
Speak for yourself.
He jokes.
I jokes. It was just a joke.
He kids. Good morning, Christina. So this is our weekly Friday morning recap of what we've been up to, what's going well, what isn't going well. Just a status update, maybe?
I don't know.
I don't know. We just chat. You guys come along and we have fun with it. So this week has been a little crazy.
It's not been crazy.
I have my squirrel mug this morning, and I feel like that is appropriate.
Quite appropriate. You gave me a Christmas mug.
I did give you a Christmas mug this morning. Because, it's...
Don't get, what does it say? Don't get...
your tinsel in a tangle.
Don't get your tinsel in a tangle. So evidently it's Christmas.
Well, if you are an Amazon seller like we are, you know that fourth quarter truly begins September 1st. Okay? I know that it doesn't actually begin until October 1st, but September 1st is when we start seeing all of the things start selling on Amazon and things start to heat up. And so it felt a little Christmassy. I love Christmas.
I know you do.
So, but yeah, this week has been a little crazy. You don't think this week has been crazy? It's just your normal life, huh?
It's normally crazy. I mean, seriously.
It's true. That's true. So last week we said that I had taken on 2 new projects, building a brand and writing a book. So I've been diligently working on those things.
You have been diligently working on the book. Where is your book? All your pages.
Oh, I put them over there. Yes, I had to actually print them out yesterday because I needed to see it on paper. And I think as of right now, I'm at just a little over 16,000 words. Need to get to about 35,000 words. I've got it all outlined.
So you're about halfway.
About halfway. Yeah.
Do the math.
Yeah.
About halfway.
Yeah, by the end of the day, I will be halfway for sure. So super excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
Super excited about the feedback that I'm getting on it. I've let a few people kind of dive into exactly what the book is going to be about. It is a book about...
It's a mystery novel.
It's not a mystery novel.
It's a love story.
Hey, Mama Small. No, it is...
It's a thriller.
I can't wait to read it. It is about how to grow a business online in 2023.
It could be all those things then. It could be a mystery novel, a thriller, and a love story. Or a love-hate story.
Right.
If you've done this for a while.
So how to grow an online business in 2023. So I'm super excited about that. It's going well.
But it's not 2023.
But it will be by the time I get it all done. Goodness gracious. He's all sassy this morning.
It's Friday. I got the energy.
Do you?
I don't know.
It's your Christmas coffee mug.
That's my Christmas coffee mug.
So working on that on one side.
Yes.
Then totally unrelated, but equally exciting has been building a brand. You want to show off your shirt?
Yep, right here.
That's his shirt. I linked it in the description here. That has to do with our brand. So we are building out the brand Gen X Humor because we are Gen X, the forgotten generation. Yeah, everybody talks about boomers and millennials, and Gen X is always like, hey, remember us?
Our parents don't.
We still exist. Yeah, like your parents just...
I remember my mom telling me, just get out of the house.
Yeah, just go.
Just go.
Just go.
Just go. I don't know who's Gen X here, but have you had similar experiences? I mean,
yeah.
And my mom was just like, you know.
And that was every mom. Come home when the streetlights come on.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I came from a family of 4 kids, and we must have drove her crazy. And I remember her just being like, just go, get out.
Hey, reseller revolution, Chrissy and Kelly Debs. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So yes, so we are building that brand, starting with social media. So I thought, and if we're doing our drinking game of so, then
you're drunk already.
I hope you have a big cup.
So
I thought we would talk about how we came upon Gen X Humor, how we decided that, kind of the process behind it. Because it wasn't just a, hey, this sounds like a good idea, let's do this.
Right.
It's a brilliant, low-key jealous I didn't think of it first. Oh, well, see, that actually makes me feel really good. Because, yeah, it was something that we have been researching for a long time. If you want to build a brand, you need...
don't give away your book secrets for free.
If you want to build a brand, you have to come up with a brand name first within a niche that is not overly saturated. So then you have to check to make sure, can you get that brand name on all the social media sites and the .com preferable web address? But we, meaning I guess it was just I.
You keep saying we like
I'm trying to give you credit.
Thank you. I appreciate it, but I have nothing to do with any of this stuff.
I did a lot of research into niches that were trending, things that we could get into, things that we could do print on demand products into that would be feasible into a market. Like, you want to make sure you're going into a market that shows conversions, not overly saturated. It's hard to come by these days. 1,000%. So you need a niche that isn't overly saturated. And then you need a way that you can stand out within that niche, and a niche that converts into sales of products. So, you know, there's a lot of niches out there that people will follow and interact with, and that's fantastic, but they don't actually convert into the sale of products. So we did a lot of back-end research before you chose a niche. Then we tested that niche. When you say research, can you say how or where, or will that be in the course? It will be in the book. I can give you the 10-second Reader's Digest version. You want to be researching that across not only social media platforms. So you want to know, does that niche get engagement? And then are there people selling products that are converting within that niche? How you look to see if they're converting is you go to the sites that they're on, check for reviews, check for ranks on Amazon, that sort of thing. And then I don't want to see just thousands and thousands of people within that niche. Like, you can do that, but it makes it much more difficult. Like, the fitness niche is fantastic in that there's a lot of people that are into fitness and want to get healthy, and that's great. But it's super saturated. So breaking into it is going to be really hard. You're going to have to find a way that you can narrow that down to stand out amongst the crowd.
Differentiate yourself.
Yes, differentiate yourself. So you're looking at, though, social media sites, websites, you're looking for reviews, you're looking for our major retailers targeting that niche. It's a lot of scrolling the internet and writing stuff down, writing down data points, and then comparing it to a category that you know is saturated. So how do I know that this one is good and that one is bad? I look at one that I know is way too saturated for me to get into, look at the metrics on that, and then compare it to the one that I'm thinking about getting into. So
it's that easy.
And then you have to test things. Then you want to test out some products or ideas, see what you can do, which is why I didn't announce our Gen X humor. We didn't show any of the shirts. We didn't show any of the products that we're doing until I had tested it. Mm-hmm. Because even with all of the research, you can test something and then it just doesn't work.
True.
So, yes, so that's the Reader's Digest version of how you research it. I am attempting to type out the long version, and that's a lot of words.
It's a lot of words.
It's a lot of words, and how to do that. But the eventual goal then is to build a brand that you can trademark and then sell your products direct through a website or even onto Amazon or whatever. But you have your own brand then that others can't just hop on and sell on and use your intellectual property for their own personal gain. So we are now in the trademark process. I have a hair that is. I have a hair that is going. It's going rogue there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we are now in the trademark process, which if you want to build a brand, you do need a trademark. That's a very lengthy process, not a super cheap process, and it does take a lot of months to actually.
A lot of months.
A lot of months. A lot of time to actually get a trademark approved through the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. Mm-hmm. So.
The USPTO.
USPTO, if you know, you know. That is where you check trademarks. Is there something your brand already trademarked? You need to be checking all of that in that research process. It's a lot. But I think in the end, very worth it.
Could be.
At least that's the hope. If it all goes belly up, then we will tell you here because that's just how we roll. But so far, so good.
Yeah.
So far, all of the checkpoints that we've put in place to say, okay,
does it work?
Does it work? Are we on the right path? We are hitting all of those checkpoints faster.
Checkpoints or check marks?
I call them checkpoints. Are they check marks?
I think they're check marks.
Uh-oh.
But I could be wrong.
We are hitting all of those faster than what we thought we would.
Mm-hmm.
So that's.
Yeah. What are you meaning, you?
So working social media on it, working all of that. It's a lot of time, a lot of energy.
Right before fourth quarter.
Right before Q4, I was like, you know what? Kind of bored. Let's try something new. It wasn't necessarily the best time to jump into it, but the flip side to it is Q4 is actually the best time to do it because you're going to get the most engagement in Q4. You're going to, people are online more. And if you're looking to sell a product, people are more likely to buy a product in Q4 than they are any other time. They're thinking that direction. So it's a bad time, but a good time. It's, all in one. Writing the book right now, maybe not the best time from a mental standpoint, but if you want to release a book, Q4 is the best time to do it. So it's a catch-22. You got to do it. But nonetheless, that is the update on all of that. That is where we are at.
You.
Yes.
When we say we, you mean you.
Hopefully, go Cindy, go. You can. Oh, thank you. Hopefully by next week's update, I can tell you that the book is written. It won't be edited or ready yet, but written. There's a big difference there between brain dumping all of the words and then actually getting it into a way that makes sense to anyone.
Into a logical, cohesive.
Yeah, that it's not one ginormous squirrel. So, and then I sent so the book will have a corresponding workbook that goes with it. Because if you want to grow a business in 2023, you're going to have to write some things down. You're going to have to make a plan. I'm enthralled with watching this process unfold. It's been a wild ride already. So I sent what will be the basics of the workbook to a friend yesterday, who kind of knows and has been around us forever. And so, yeah, had enough background knowledge that they could take just that and just do the workbook stuff. And they were extremely happy. Somebody that has been in reselling for almost as long as we have. And, you know, looking to grow, looking to scale a specific area of their business. And they were very, very happy with how it was laid out and making them think and that sort of thing. So that was encouraging.
You didn't tell me about all that.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I don't remember you telling me all that.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So happy with that, but it is very much a process. And all of you in the chat expect me to be like, hey, you said you wanted to read it. How about you read a chapter and edit it for me? It's good to have friends. You may not think so, but I think so.
Well, and this is something you've been wanting to do for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time. Ever since I started working at this company.
Yeah. It's something that I really don't think a lot of people talk about. Like, the idea is just, well, if you want to grow your business, you just need to list more.
No, that doesn't work. I mean, it kind of works, but not really.
What? Like, okay, but there's so much more.
I always enjoy you just need to find better stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Like, I was just buying cruddy stuff on purpose.
I don't want to sell.
Aw, thank you, Labrina. That's our first super chat.
Thank you.
For the extra coffee required to finish your book. Yeah, it's and I forgot to buy coffee yesterday. I had to go to Dunkin' Donuts this morning. True story. But yeah, the list and the just buy better items. That's so
basic.
Yeah, and it's taking a process that is so complex and making it seem like, well, anybody could grow a business to be full-time if they just listed more. Almost like you're lazy if you're not growing, and that's so not true.
Yeah.
So, it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time for that reason, because I remember feeling like I just wasn't working hard enough. Like there was something wrong with me because I couldn't grow the way I wanted to grow.
Or you didn't grow compared to others.
Yeah, like, and this person was over here doing this. Why couldn't I do that? It was just a matter of they were working harder. Well, once we actually grew this business, it was like, oh, wait a minute. There were all of these things that nobody told me about. Nobody talked about any of this side of it. So we talked about this a couple of days ago. I had to let go of that. Yeah, Christina, for the resale of it. And I talked about one of the chapters that I'm putting into the book, and how you have to let go of that pressure, and you have to build a system that is specific to you.
Yeah,
and
tailor-made.
Yeah, your business and your skills. And how do you do that? though? Like, that all sounds great, but how do you actually do that? So that's where the heart of the book came from, was because it was something that I needed. Yeah, that's not a good at driving yourself into the ground. Absolutely. You can't set your goals according to someone else's screenshots. Amen and hallelujah. Absolutely. Because we tried.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's counterproductive. Does not do anything for your motivation when it doesn't work. And
then all the self-doubt and those feelings of everybody else is doing it and I can't, and all of that just floods in.
Well, and a lot of people just don't take into account the circumstances, their location, what's available to them to resource. I mean, there's just so many variables. That you cannot just say,
just list more.
Just list more.
Just list more.
Because that just doesn't. Yeah.
No. So that's the book side of it. The brand, we do have the t-shirts up on Amazon. Oh, you gotta show it again. Just don't care. Which is Matt's like phrase, like probably for your life.
Oh yeah.
Every day, excuse me, you wake up and you're like, okay, don't care. Let's do it. It's not like a just don't care and like a you've given up attitude.
No.
It's just so like, all right, I just roll with the punches. I just work here. Whatever. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yes, I do have one that says no flocks given with some flamingos on it. Gen X, no flocks given, because we got no flocks to give. Super excited about that. Also, in growing that brand, getting the trademark on it is super exciting. That is also something that we have wanted to do since you quit your corporate job.
Yeah.
Have our own brand, have our own website. Part of the problem with selling, whether you sell on Poshmark or eBay or Amazon, you're
working for them.
Yeah,
in a sense.
Your growth is tied to someone else's website.
It's tied to their algorithm and what they decide is important or not important, or relevant or not relevant. And so you lose a lot of that control.
Yes. And so by having your own website, having your own social media, having your own brand, you get to make those decisions. You get to drive your own traffic. You get to decide what you want to promote and what you don't. Mm-hmm. So it's something that we have been thinking about for a long time. And true story, we have tried several other brand ideas, and they have failed miserably.
Well, I wouldn't say miserably, because we learned.
Yes.
You learned from them. You're going to fool yourself if you think you're just going to go in and just have everything fall into place and have it work out the first time.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that can't happen. It can.
Of course.
But the chances are
really... I
could
get struck by lightning today, too.
Well, that just took a dark turn. But the chances of it being successful right off the bat are the odds are against you.
Yeah. And so I had to learn, okay, what did the research show me that I missed? Like what was I thinking looked good that didn't look good? All of those kinds of things. And then you do learn. You
grow.
Yeah. And so I feel like this was the best chance we've ever had. I'm not going to just say it's going to be super successful because I don't know, but it's definitely better researched, based off of better metrics than we've ever done before.
Yeah.
So happy about that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
Yeah. We're very excited about that. In the things that pay the bills today, though, because while you are thinking about building brands and writing books and doing all of these things, it will be no one dives deeper than Cindy. Yeah. I love the research. I love the back end data.
Yeah, and I love that too. I enjoy that.
Yeah, like we really geek out on it.
I enjoy the scientific aspect of you need a control and you got to test this and what were our results and were those results tainted by outside or it's I enjoy that as well.
Yeah. So even when we were testing the Gen X humor Instagram and I was seeing growth before we had announced it to anybody, before I told any of my friends what it was, then it was working really well, but then I wanted to know, is it working really well just because this is a brand new account? Is there something within the algorithm that is just pushing a brand new account? So I took those same techniques that I was using, put them against my Amazing Taste Store Instagram, which is very old and has had little to a decreasing growth rate for probably the last year. Took those same techniques, put it over there, and watched.
It worked the same way.
Yeah, it worked exactly the same way. So then I was like, okay, that was the test though, like you're talking about. Like we don't just assume, okay, yeah, this works. You have to actually go in and then test it against other things to see, okay, yeah, it really does work. This really does increase engagement, increase followers, that sort of thing. But in the process of doing all of that, we still have lights to pay, we still have a mortgage to pay, we still have children to feed, and we still have to make a living today. And that's the hard thing. While you're building all of this, you're putting a lot of time into it, and you still have bills to pay today.
Yeah, you're kind of taken away from one for the other. I mean, there's only so many hours in a day, so I can only do so much in this amount of time.
Yeah. Saying yes to one thing means saying no to something else. So we had thought, and we just keep it real here. So here's the good, bad, and ugly. We had thought when we planned to do this, like, okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to take all of this time away from our business and I'm going to, build these things, that we would lean heavy into Amazon FBA for the month of September. Yeah. And then that would create enough income. I could source just a couple of days a week. We just send in, boxes. I do most of that sourcing online. That's going to create a lot of time, make just enough money to pay the bills for this month so that I can have this time. And then Amazon was like, no. We're going to lose your FBA shipments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is like a double whammy because not only do you have the investment cost and the time associated with shipping, packing, all that other stuff, that's all gone.
Yeah, it's just gone.
It's gone. Now you can recoup it.
Eventually, yes, we will fight Amazon and we will submit everything that they want and we will jump through all of the hoops to get our money back.
Which takes more time.
So
you've got to invest more into it, into a loss. And they're not going to pay you what that item was going to sell for back when you shipped it, whatever, weeks, months ago. They're going to give you replacement cost.
Basically.
So you've lost.
You might get a little bit more.
Yeah, but
yeah, you've lost your potential profit income. And it's not just us. It's happening to everybody. If you sell on Amazon, like it is widespread right now. It's an issue. Fully believe that Amazon is going to get this fixed because it's costing them money and it's costing them time.
Like it's costing us money.
So I do believe that they will get it fixed, but that meant then we had to quick shift to a merchant fulfill
system model.
Yeah, because we don't want to take those risks with FBA today. We will get back to it because I am sure that they will eventually fix it. But it was like, oh,
this couldn't happen at a worse time.
Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good. And not to worry, we will be fine. We will still pay our bills. It'll be okay. Like, I'm not saying like, oh no, we're going to be destitute because we can't FBA. Not at all. But we did have to look at, okay, yeah, these things aren't working. And that's part of it, is readdressing what's working, what isn't, and then
pivoting.
Yeah, moving into that.
How many times did you use the word pivot in your book?
I think it's it's only in there like once right at the moment. Out of 16,000. That's pretty good.
Underachiever.
Yeah, Labrina says I'm still sending in FBA, but hold my breath every time I send a shipment out. Absolutely. And there's nothing, it is a risk assessment.
Yeah.
To where do you want to place your risk right now? That's all it is. We do have a pile of stuff to get listed on eBay, which is, all of that stuff. And then that stuff over there.
Oh, oops.
Yeah. So we'll get on that. And really by September 2nd, we're getting really close to when Merchant Fulfill starts taking off anyway. So for us, it's easier to just say, you know what, we'll just pause for a minute. We'll work on this stuff. And then when Merchant Fulfill starts really heating up, we'll just go hard against that. And then let go of the frustration that is FBA right at the moment. But that's part of it. That's part of being a business owner. It's part of growing a business. And we are growing these new businesses. So it's just part of the deal, part of the things that nobody talks about. You decide to do something new, and then Murphy's Law, something happens, something goes wrong, whatever.
There's always bumps in the road.
How are you going to deal with that? How do you make sure that when those bumps in the road come, you're set for it?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it was easy, everyone would do it. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's where kind of the Amazon and eBay and all of that is. We do have the merch designs. They're not all under that brand. So like if you go and you click on that shirt and you think, oh, she's only got, 5 designs. No. We have lots and lots and lots of brands on Amazon. So that's still doing well. I've got a Halloween shirt that did really well this morning. Now you can add model to your resume.
Right,
there will be no pay increase.
Thanks, Sabrina.
I can just tell you the business will not be affording a pay increase. We appreciate your time.
Wait a minute, there's pay?
Right.
When someone said pay?
Like at your corporate job when you did something really great and they were like, oh, that's fantastic. Here's a mug with the company name on it. Like we really appreciate the fact that you gave your entire weekend to the company. Here's a mug. We'll have a pizza party on Friday.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for both those things.
Great.
Oh, wait a minute. I got my Christmas mug.
Don't get your tinsel in a table. Exactly.
Like a 2-year-old coffee mug. Here you go.
Exactly.
Here you go, Matt. Here's an old Christmas
mug. How
mug.
many years did you work in corporate? You should be
Oh, I'm used to it.
You should be totally used to this. Yeah. How many jackets, t-shirts, coffee mugs, pencils, pens did we get from corporate life? Like you want to dress every day of your life with your company name emblazoned upon your shirt. I'll never understand that. Like I get it's a free shirt, but I mean, just give me the $20.
Right.
Let me buy my own shirt. Anyhow, that was a tangent.
That was a tangent.
Literally crying. That was just a tangent on how much. Yeah, I did not like corporate life. You did not like corporate life. We are much happier here.
I didn't. There was a lot of political. The higher you go up the ladder, the worse it gets. The worse it gets. So
the worse it gets. Absolutely. So yeah. So this coming week, what do we have on the agenda for this coming week?
Someone's writing a book, I guess.
Lots more words to be written. Lots more brand building, trademarking.
KDP.
Oh yeah, you're still working the KDP and that A+ content and hating life.
Yeah.
Because you're a perfectionist. Like it's not because it is so ridiculously difficult or that you don't understand it.
Well, not to cut you off, but I'm cutting you off. I've got to write all the copy.
And you hate the copy.
And I do not like writing the copy.
Mm-hmm.
And I've worked in sales for years.
Yeah, so you would think it would come natural.
And I could sell it, but it's hard to get this
onto paper.
1,000%.
So, I have done coaching classes for 10 years now, and getting any of that information onto paper is difficult.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm writing copy right now, and
it's a lot of writing copy.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not my forte.
So, but you're doing it, and you're muscling through, which is fantastic.
Yeah, for my free Christmas coffee mug from 2 years ago.
I'm still in corporate life. Oh, I'm sorry. That came with an Uggs, so I'm not. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm sorry when she's like, I love it. Right. It came with an Uggs.
We're sorry. We love your job. No.
Yeah, if you love your job, that's fantastic. It just wasn't.
Some people love it.
Some people have great jobs for great companies. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That just wasn't our experience. No. So this week you've got more KDP stuff to work on.
Oh yeah.
More book writing, more brand building.
Oh yeah.
And then switching to the merchant fulfill model means we'll have more shipping of individual packages, which takes a little bit longer.
I don't mind that.
But
I'd rather do that than write copy.
That's true. I knew it wasn't for me when I was high on the ladder and worked for an amazing company and was still miserable.
Yeah.
There you go, Liberta.
Liberta, I was right there with you.
Yeah.
I was right there. I was moving up the ladder. I was getting up there.
Yeah.
And I was miserable. Every day you get up in the morning and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Or
you shouldn't hate your life every day.
Or you have the weekend off and Sunday night comes along and you are already thinking about going to work, dreading it.
Yeah. You shouldn't be miserable. Life's too short.
Yeah.
So we've got more of that. Some eBay listings up this week. Then
fun stuff. Just for the normal.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just going to write a book, build a brand, sell some stuff on Amazon, sell some stuff on eBay. Yeah, that's all. Write some copy for KDP, sell some journals, sell some planners. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Labrina says, no Sunday scaries here. Thanks to Cindy. I love what I do every day. It's an amazing life if you love it. There are a lot of people that don't love this life either.
You have to be very determined and motivated for this life. Did you stop that?
Oh, that's our wonderful daughter-in-law. There are a few people that I would look for, but that's her. We love her.
Oh, she call you?
No, she just texted something. So
would you want to read it to everybody?
No. So it's not for everybody. I was talking to our youngest son, and all of our kids know how to do this. Like that was one of our requirements to growing up in this house is that you have to. Is it a lead? Is that you have to know how to resell because it's such a important skill to have, in my opinion. Because no matter what happens in your life, if you can list items on eBay and get them to sell, if you can understand Amazon ranks, then you can always make money to buy groceries.
You have something to fall back on.
Yeah.
You've got a skill.
You've got a skill. You've got a backup plan if things go sideways. But so he knows how to do this. And he was like, yeah, I don't want to do that.
Well, you know what? In all fairness, our oldest said the same thing.
That's true.
And now he's doing this full time.
Yeah.
After working at a corporate job.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, our youngest son is like, yeah, no, that's just not for me. That's not what I want. Every kid coming out of high school should know how to resell. I agree. But yeah, he's not. Our daughter is not.
No, but they've got their own plans. They want to do it. And our youngest will help us in Q4. I mean, this is always an open job for all of them, to help us ship and other things. And
yeah, absolutely. Knowing e-com is an amazing skill. I agree. It teaches you so much about customer service and trends and just business in general. Once you know it, you can pivot in so many ways. That is so true. So yeah, it's not for everybody. Just like corporate life isn't for everybody. Some people love it. Some people hate it. We hated it. Some people love reselling and having their own business, and other people hate it.
Yeah.
They're like,
it's too much pressure. I'm not the type of person that can think that way.
I don't want to live where I work.
Yeah.
Valid point. So yeah, that's okay too. But this week should be, hey, flipping hustler.
Speaking of this week,
yes.
Monday is a shipping holiday.
Oh,
for those of you in the U.S. Now, if you're watching us in wherever, I don't know.
Yeah, then you got to check your own website.
But Monday is a shipping holiday. So
yay. Does that mean you're taking Monday off?
I'm taking today off
Woo-hoo!
and Monday off. It's a 4-day weekend.
Yeah, so this week is going to be
I
more
modeled
of the same.
today.
You did.
That's my job today so far. Wait, let's do it again.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Find the link in the. Anyway, it'll be more of the same, but good stuff. We're excited. So join us next week, and we will give you an update.
Oh, are we done now?
Yeah, so done with
Getting
you.
the impression.
So
you're done with me.
And we will give you the update. Hopefully, I will have the amount of words that I need done on the book. Fingers crossed. So have a great day, everybody. Bye. Oh my goodness.